And welcome back. That's the second episode of What? Muted Until Now. Yeah. So, in the previous episode, it was so spontaneous that we didn't even think about it. We were like, okay, we should do a podcast.
Yeah.
And we just sat there and we recorded it without thinking anything about. And we forgot to introduce ourselves in a proper way. So in case you don't know about us, I'll just go first, if that's okay with you. Yeah. So hi guys, I'm Kadir and I'm 24 years old. Like I mentioned in the previous episode, I've lived in Bodrum my whole life, except for the 4 years I moved to Istanbul to study at university. But during that time, the pandemic lockdown hit, so I actually lived in Istanbul for less than 3 years. So I graduated as a physiotherapist. But even before that, I started working at a hotel in Bodrum back in 2016. For 8 years, my cycle was going to the school in the winter and working in the summer. Now I have private physiotherapy clients during the day and I work at night shift at the hotel. That's what the last, 2 years of my life have looked like. But besides all that, I write my own songs and I'm hoping to release my first EP soon. I've been writing since 2016, but this past winter, that's where all my focus went. I also recently signed a contract with a media agency that casts actors for shows and films. They required me to take a 6-week training course on acting for the camera. After I completed it, the instructor saw potential in me and invited me to join his acting workshop alongside 8 others, which I've been attending for nearly 8 months now. I hope one day I'll have my own show on stage, but life often takes you down paths that you can't control, like you can't fully control. And if you're anything like the old me, I just want to say, acknowledge what's going on around you and try to accept it. Life gets better when you do it.
Very good.
Yeah, I think that's the way that I can just
Summary of
tell
your life.
people,
Yeah.
who I exactly am. So,
Yeah.
in the way you want to tell us.
Yeah, well, I didn't really write anything down, but I'll tell you a bit about me.
But
So-
that should have been a secret. People didn't know. I was just
Yeah.
taking the notes.
You're more prepared than me.
Yeah.
So my name's Holly. I used to live in England. I moved here 2 years ago in September. So that's crazy. I have 3 younger brothers back home. Most of my life since school, I've just worked in like cafes and restaurants and stuff, waitress, bar work, stuff like that. Moved over here to be with my partner. That's all going well. We've set up our house together. We also both work here at the hotel.
Mm-hmm.
When Kadir finishes at night, I start in the daytime. And yeah, I got engaged a couple of weeks ago.
Yay! Huge congrats.
Thank you. So we're going to get married in October, hopefully, which is very soon. But I think for a long distance relationship, it kind of makes more sense than waiting a long time.
Mm-hmm.
So it's exciting planning all of that right now.
Yeah.
That's about it, I think.
Good. And I also want to ask that question. So compared to what you got as a long distance relationship, so how much do you think it got easier? Like the percentage or something.
Yeah, it got a lot easier, I think. I think for any type of relationship, any type of people, a long distance relationship is so hard. Just the communication and like the time differences as well, being in different countries, just makes everything harder. Like I'd call him when I finished work at a bar at like midnight and it's 2 a.m. for him or 3 a.m. in winter. So that was difficult. And just not being able to like live together. I know we hadn't been together that long, but it's nice to just sit down at the end of the day and like eat together or watch TV together. So not being able to do that was hard. So coming here has been just lovely. And he's made me feel so comfortable being here. Yeah, I think I did just fall into the perfect position to be able to live here easily. I think some people would find it a lot more difficult. Maybe some people would find it easier too, but
Yeah. I think it depends.
mm,
But yeah, for me, the long distance relationship is really hard, but I think it's worth it
yeah,
at the same time.
yeah,
And like you mentioned, there's a time difference. And like for the US, it's even worse, like 8 hours, 9 hours.
yeah.
So you have to line up and like,
It's so difficult when you're both working as well, and you want to go and see your friends, and they want to go and do stuff too. It's like
yeah,
finding time to spend together is so difficult.
yeah. And my love language is to touch, like I
Yeah,
love touching,
yeah,
but you couldn't complain because you didn't have any other choices.
yeah.
You
And I think having a long distance relationship does make everything different, like the way you get to know each other. Especially because I met Octay and then went back home within like a week. So it's not even like I stayed here for a while and got to know him. So getting to know someone without actually being able to like have them right in front of you, I think it makes such a deeper connection so fast. Because all you can do is really talk to each other about like life and how you feel about things and stuff.
Yeah.
It's nice. You can't distract yourself with like going on dates and all of that. So yeah, it's nice.
Yeah. But it also helps. So my point is, when you see your partner in a very limited time, then you really care about it. Like
Yeah.
the time you have with him together, like in person. So that's really like special and important to you.
Yeah.
So
It makes that time so much more special. And it's the same now that I live here. When my family come over,
yeah,
I spend so much more quality time with them. And I did get to see them a lot when I lived in England, but it's just like you can see them whenever. So
yeah,
you just like hang out. But now we go on amazing trips and just chill out by the beach and stuff like that. It's a different kind of quality time.
yeah. I think the harder you get able to see them,
Yeah.
the more like it gets important to you. Do you know
Yeah.
what I mean?
It's the same thing as well. Like I'm sure you feel it for your family. Once you started to grow up that bit and you started to work and be out of the house more, when you do get to do something special, like with your parents or something, it means so much more. Like when you were like 15 or something, like still in school or whatever, that time you don't really think about because your parents, you can see them whenever. But then when you have to think, oh, I've got a day off today, like, Mum and Dad, let's go do something, it's so much nicer.
Yeah. I think it's the same with like friendships, because when you're in high school, you don't think about plans or
Mm.
like, oh, what time he's free or she's free, like what time we're gonna hang
Yeah.
out or something. But now everyone just works.
Yeah.
So you barely make the time for even you, like for yourself, like because working is like tiring.
It's difficult. There's
Yeah.
always something you should be doing. Even if you're not going out with your friends or working, you still think, oh, I should be cleaning or feeding myself or doing a bit of exercise or something.
Yeah. And not only does your social battery has to match theirs,
Yeah.
you also have to make time that, will fit perfectly.
Yeah.
So yeah. I think it shouldn't be that hard, like you're just gonna hang out with your friends.
Yeah.
That shouldn't be hard.
No. It's just life. That's what you should be doing with your life, is just having fun and doing new things.
Yeah.
It's difficult when you have to spend money to do them things. You kind of need a job.
Exactly. Hanging out without any money,
Yeah.
that's not fun.
It's doable, but money helps.
Yeah, you know what? I can just go to a beach
Mm,
with my coffee that brought from home,
yeah.
and I can just spend zero money, like,
Yeah.
and just hang out with them. I can do
Yeah.
that as well.
That's what I love about here, because there is so much stuff you can do for either not a lot of money at all or free. Like just going for a walk around the park and like you say, taking your own coffee, or like you can just be outside. You can just go and find somewhere to sit and just do whatever.
Yeah, so I think the last year that was my, like the most working out period of time where I really focused on. So I used to like wake up at 6, which I can't do it right now,
Yeah.
I'm too lazy for this. But I used to wake up at 6 in the morning, went for a walk
Yeah.
for like 2 hours, and it was like so quiet because it was also winter. And just because, guys, Bodrum is like a touristic town during the winter, there's like it's like a ghost town basically. Um, so it was just only me and the city by itself, you know, no people,
Yeah.
nothing, and it was like a therapy, you know.
Yeah.
I put my AirPods on, went for a walk, and it was really nice, and yeah,
After working so much all season as well, it's just nice for everything to be quiet.
yeah,
Even just like, because I don't drive, but you do. I'm sure even just being able to drive somewhere and it not taking like twice as long as it does in summer.
yeah. That's
It's
why
nice.
I loved coming to your flat
Yeah.
because it was only like 30-minute drive.
Yeah. And it's a nice drive as well when there's not traffic, isn't it?
Yeah, and guys, the road to her flat, it's right next to the water, so you can just watch the whole view, you know, like it's amazing.
It's a beautiful drive.
Yeah,
That's why I don't mind doing it.
same,
Yeah.
same. But the thing is, I think like before pandemic, because now Bodrum is really crowded,
Yeah.
but before pandemic, the difference between winter and summer was huge. That it gave me anxiety
Yeah.
because when it was winter, I used to the emptiness, you know, like the
Yeah.
quiet
Yeah.
stuff, and then when it turns into like summer, and like I saw so many people, and I just didn't know what to do. It was too much for me to handle.
Yeah.
So that circle didn't help me.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think going to Istanbul to study, it was also a lot because when you used to live in a small town and then you just moved to a huge city, like 16 million city, I know it's a lot when you think about it.
Yeah.
That was also hard to handle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then coming back here in the winter, it must have been like two different worlds.
Yeah. I mean, that happens to me, but and it doesn't matter where I am. Like even like talking to people, I put my another personality, and I feel like it's just separated. So what I'm saying is, when I talk to you, that's the Kadir version that you see,
Yeah.
but I don't show that to other people because
Yeah.
they see my other version. You know?
Yeah.
And I
It's
mean,
like what we were saying the other day about when you speak to your parents, you speak one way, and when you speak to your friends, you speak a different way.
exactly.
It's like you've got a whole different personality for each person.
Yeah, and no one knows you like 100%, and that's not possible. And you also don't know yourself 100%.
Because everyone's changing all the time.
Yeah,
I know I'm not the same person as I was a couple of years ago.
even like the yesterday, you know,
Yeah.
that's not the same you.
Yeah. We're constantly learning things and changing our mind and all that.
Exactly, and I don't think that's inconsistency. I don't know what the word
Yeah.
was.
Inconsistency, yeah.
Yeah, that's not it, you know.
No, that's just adapting. maybe.
Exactly.
Just changing for situations and growing up.
Yeah.
Like what we were saying, was it this morning or yesterday morning? For a quarter of a century.
Oh yeah, I think it was yesterday.
I mean, I'm 25, but we're born in the same year, aren't we?
Yeah.
So you're going to be 25 this year.
Thank you for reminding that.
Yeah, yeah. If I had to go through it, so do you.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, so it just puts in perspective. I know we're not like old, but we're growing up every
Yeah.
day. And I still feel like a 12-year-old sometimes.
Yeah, so the age when I was in college, high school, that wasn't my years. So I'm like 21 now, you know,
Yeah.
like -4.
Yeah.
That's how old I am.
Yeah. And I think time stopped as well when COVID was happening because nothing happened for like a good few years. So I think we can just skip all of them years as well.
Yeah, I think, yeah, the pandemic was really a checkpoint or something because before that, everything was different
Yeah.
in some way. But now it got changed a lot.
Yeah.
You know, time flows differently, money goes differently. Like, it's just weird.
I think, yeah, everything changed because of COVID. I think people changed as well. The things they care about changed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just really weird.
COVID seems like 1,000 years ago, though, to me.
Oh, Oh, it's gonna be like 6 years next year.
Really?
Wow,
Yeah,
yeah.
because it was 2020.
2020. Yeah.
Yeah,
2020 March. I remember this.
that's
God.
crazy. I feel like it was longer ago than that though.
Well, when you think about 6 years, that's also a lot.
Hmm.
No.
And I didn't know what it was like around here as well back then because I first came in 2022,
Hmm.
like when COVID had calmed down.
Yeah.
So that's weird to think about what it was like before. Because the first time I came here, there was like stickers on the floor saying like stay, was 2 meters apart or something like
Yeah,
that, and
social
like
distance, I guess.
signs on the walls that said wear your masks and stuff because people hadn't quite got over COVID yet.
Yeah.
I mean, everything had basically gone back to normal, but there were still signs up, and I
Have,
think
have you got COVID?
yeah, twice. Yeah,
Twice.
once
God.
where I actually tested positive, and then a second time where I think I had it, but I don't think I tested, or I did and it said negative, but I was like pretty sure. But yeah, I don't think it was as bad here from what I've heard as it was in England.
Well, it was also bad here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh. Because people were going crazy. I mean, fair enough, because it was bad. But
Hmm.
people was like so scared of it.
Yeah.
People I knew, like their family members and stuff, were dying.
Hmm.
People were locked in care homes. It was scary.
Yeah. And I think, the UK is more international. So
Hmm.
that's why the scenarios were worse. You
Yeah,
know.
we were probably feeling what maybe other countries are feeling as well, and getting news from like definitely America and places like that.
Yeah.
I do feel like Turkey's in its own little bubble sometimes.
I think the same way. Yeah. And I've got COVID once,
Yeah.
and I was in Istanbul, and so I got a flatmate, and that was his job, honestly. So he was doing the tests, for
Right,
people.
yeah.
So it was really risky.
Mm.
And then there was one time he felt really sick, and it was 2022 February. Yeah. And then I was like, well, if you have it already, I'm pretty sure like I'll have it one day, like 100% because
Yeah.
the flat was quite small, and it was only like one room.
Yeah.
And yeah, in like 2 days, I got the COVID as well, and I've never felt that worse in my
It's
life.
actually so bad considering we're quite healthy people. Like I can't imagine how it was for like older people.
Exactly.
People already with like breathing problems and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember when I had it, it felt like all of inside my nose and my throat and everything was just on fire. And I couldn't even swallow or even breathing through my
God.
nose hurt. I mean, I think it was the same for pretty much everyone,
Yeah.
as long as you were like a healthy person. But yeah, it was horrible.
Yeah. Mine was like, I was coughing so hard, and I couldn't get up. I was on the bed the whole time,
Yeah.
and I felt my bones like too heavy.
Yeah, yeah, all your body aches.
Yeah.
I think it was probably like 5 days or something. I was really poorly with it. I spent the whole time in the bath because that's the only place that I felt like comfortable.
Yeah.
Like I would just in the afternoon just get in the bath because like the warm water was helping, like the steam in my nose and stuff, and my bones. But I just dread to think what it felt like for people that were already poorly.
Yeah.
It's been horrible.
I'm glad it's all in the past, and I hope we won't have it anymore.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. It's weird to think about it again because I feel like a lot of people don't really think about it anymore
Yeah.
because it is in the past.
Exactly.
I think that's probably the first time I've actually spoken about it since like maybe 2023 or something.
Yeah. And when you get a lot older, you can tell, like the
Yeah.
younger generation. Oh yeah, I had COVID. Yeah, I remember that
Yeah.
times. Yeah. And you can also be like, oh, I'm older than AI. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can judge me for this.
Yeah. No, they'll probably be learning about AI and COVID in schools.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
We're telling our grandkids about it one day.
Yeah. Crazy. So I think we can also add a new game for our podcast. Do you want to let them know what the game is called?
I've forgotten what I said. What did we say?
We both have Alzheimer, guys. Sorry.
Yeah.
It was spill and serve.
Yeah. Spill and serve.
spill and serve. So how it works is there's like 300 questions that is all folded, and it's all in a bow, and we're gonna pick two of them and see what the questions are, and we're gonna pick one of them for us, and no, like for me, and then I'll give you the second one. So we both need to answer the questions.
Yeah. Shall
Yeah.
we read them to each other? Like, I'll read my question, then answer it. And then I'll read the question that I'm going to give you, and then you can answer it.
You can give it to me and I'll read it.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that'll be easier.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you want to start?
Okay, why not?
Okay. We can also like mix. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I'm excited.
Did you write these all last night?
Actually, my friend did. And also, before we start for this, I want to say like huge thanks to my friend who did the cover for us,
It's
and it was
amazing.
it's amazing. Like he's so talented for this, and yeah, that's my another friend who did the questions for us.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so yeah, I didn't read any of them, so we'll
Yeah.
see.
He looks so much like me, and he's never met me before. That's what I was shocked about.
Yeah, I sent him like to your picture to draw it, and I said, well, she's British, so consider that. So I
Yeah.
think that's why you're very blonde.
Yeah, yeah. No, I don't mind being extra blonde.
Yeah.
So shall I can read both of these now, but I won't tell you either of them, and then I'll answer one.
Yes, please.
Okay. Let me read them then.
Yeah. Pick one and read us.
Okay.
Read it to us.
I feel like both of these questions would be better for you than they would for me. I've not led a very exciting life. I think I'm going to go with this one for me. Yeah, I guess, but it doesn't really... Okay. Okay, I'll have my own take on this question. It says, what's the meanest group chat you're in? So, I'm not in that many group chats. I've probably got one with my dad's side of the family and one with my mum's side of the family. My mum's side is mainly just pictures of my youngest brother doing cute stuff. Videos of him and like school and stuff like that. So that doesn't really count. The one with my dad is generally just like letting us know what's going on in everyone's lives.
Yeah, like updating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't even know if I've got any more group chats. I don't really have any with my friends. I guess there used to be meaner ones when I was like in school.
I think that counts. Yeah.
Yeah.
Spill the tea.
So I hope none of these people ever hear this. I'm not going to mention any names.
You don't have to. Yeah.
So I think it was just at the end of school because we were talking about prom, and that was like after we'd finished school. And we used to do this thing, and bearing in mind I was a lot younger back then, and I'm not too proud of it. We used to take pictures from like Facebook or whatever of people in our school, especially from prom because everyone was having pictures taken, so there was plenty. And oh my god, it sounds awful. We used to, so I'd get the picture and send it to the group chat, and then I'd zoom in a little bit and send that one and zoom in a bit more, and I'd be zooming in on like some awkward feature of this person, like they had a wonky dress or like they had a spot on their face or something, and you'd zoom right in until it got like you could only see this spot on this person's chin or something, and then I'd be like, ew, like it just say ew in little letters. But we do it for everyone, and it must have been just as we finished school because like I say, most of the pictures were prom.
Yeah. Now you're bullying people.
No, that's awful of me, but I was like 15, 16.
Yeah. I'm not. Well, I'm not serious. You know, it happens when you're like
Yeah.
15 or 16.
Yeah, and I would never do that now. But I don't think I've even got any more group chats. It's all just like family, just keeping in touch with what's going on in the world. I guess sometimes my brothers bully me in them ones, but that doesn't really count. Yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah, I think that's the meanest. Yeah.
That's your question then.
Oof. I don't know if I should be excited or like nervous.
They're all very questions that you're like,
You know what? I actually don't like talking about my exes and all that. But now I feel like I'm gonna have to.
I mean, you can pass it if you want to. Got
No,
no
it's
rules
okay.
here.
Well, that's the game. That's why we're doing the podcast.
That's why I gave you that question. That's why I've not had an exciting
I
enough
hate
life.
you for this. So the question is, ever stalked your ex new partner? How deep did you go? I'm thinking if any of my exes got a new partner after me.
Yeah, I wouldn't even know.
Yeah, do you know what? Yeah, like I don't. Okay, here's the thing. I just remember it. He wasn't my like serious ex. Like the relationship wasn't that serious.
Yeah.
He came here last March, like 2024,
Right.
and we were just like hanging out. That was the first time I met him, and he was from Ireland, so and half Mexican, half Ireland. Yeah,
Exotic.
exactly. Spicy. And yeah, like I stayed at his room. Like it was really good. And then he went back to Ireland in like 2 days. He shared a story about, I think, new partner. I'm not sure if he used me during the relationship. I don't know, which is not my fault. That's not my
You
problem.
never knew,
I
yeah.
didn't know that because he was on Grindr, like he was saying like single. So either he was lying or he just started a new relationship. I don't know. And then yeah, I was stalking his new partner because I was like, okay, who the fuck is this?
Yeah.
And I kind of went deep down, like all to the bottom on his like Instagram feed. I think it was that, yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't go that deep, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just looking at whatever he had on there.
yeah, and
I feel like some people get so over the top with it. Like they'll find out their address and everything. It's like,
you know what? Probably she will listen to this, but one of my closest friends, she is Turkish, and she found one band. So one of the member of a band from Germany,
oh my god.
and his like address,
Yeah.
home address.
That's something I would have done when I was younger.
Exactly. And I was like, how the fuck did you find it? I was really surprised. But now I'm on the same level with her. We both are really good at stalking. So yeah, the next questions.
Now I'm nervous.
You should be.
Payback time.
Exactly. Okay. I picked two. Let's see. Ooh, I probably will keep this one. What's the other one? They both are really good. And I'm Libra, so I really can't decide. Okay, yeah, I think I'll pick the first one.
Okay.
You can keep this one. Yeah. So my question is, well, for me, would you let Lady Gaga babysit your future child? Explain. Of course, 100%, because she loves gays.
Yeah.
And I remember one of her interviews, she got asked if his son wasn't gay, would you accept him or not? And she was like, no. Like, he has to be gay. So
Yeah. Yeah.
so yeah, 100%. I love Lady Gaga.
If I could pick any babysitter, it would be her.
Exactly.
She would take such good care of a baby.
Exactly. She's a mother.
Yeah.
Actual mother.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm so
That's it?
excited for your question.
Oh dear. It says, if your ex was a song, what would they be?
Before you answer, the reason I gave this to you because I already answered about my exes, so
it's only fair.
that's your turn.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if I know enough songs to answer this properly. I'm trying to. I either know lyrics of a song or the name, like not both. So I'll just do it for a random X. It's not necessarily the last one or the first one or anything.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be specific.
Maybe like. Do you know? Is it called Friends?
The show
No, the song.
by who?
Let me look at my phone.
Okay.
I know it in my head, but
Friends. That doesn't even like sound familiar to me.
Marshmallow and Anne Marie.
Oh, yeah. I've probably heard the names.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like in the song, she's basically saying like, "How many times do I have to tell you? We're just friends." Like that's all it is.
Okay.
You probably know it if you hear it because she keeps spelling out friends. She keeps saying
Probably.
Friends.
Oh, it goes like this.
Yeah,
Yeah, probably I've heard the song, but I just remember it
yeah.
now.
Because I guess for a long time I knew he was my first boyfriend and he was a nice guy. It's just, it seems silly now to say that we were long distance because he lived like maybe half an hour, 40-minute car journey away from me.
Oh, wow.
And I had a long distance relationship that was in a different country.
Yeah.
Um, and we were young. Like I said, it was my first boyfriend, and he was a nice guy. But every now and again, after that, he would message me and like want to meet up and like have a drink or something. And I kept saying to him, I just want to be your friend. And I knew if I met up with him, that would never be what he wanted from it. To the point where I was like, I'm not going to see you because I don't want that. So like, why would I keep messaging you?
Yeah,
We're
fair
just
enough.
friends.
Yeah.
We're not even that because we were together like, I think it was less than 3 months. So it wasn't even like it was a proper relationship.
Yeah.
But yeah,
The boundaries.
yeah.
Exactly.
Was it my turn?
Yes, your turn. Oh,
fuck
God.
that one. Oh, that's such a good question for you though. You're gonna have to have that one. That's perfect.
Now I'm scared.
Perfect one for me, perfect one for you.
Okay.
Well, not quite perfect for me, but. So mine says, you have to fake a talent for a talent show. What's your act?
Ooh, that's a good question.
So, I'll tell you a quick little story about a talent show I did do one day. Well, it wasn't really a talent show, and I was only young. We were on holiday somewhere, and you know when they had the entertainment.
Yeah.
So it was this girl, and she was hula hooping. You know, like the guy that we had here in the past, and he'd like get inside the thing and start spinning around.
Yeah, it's like metal.
Yeah. So it was a bit less than that. It was just like a normal hula hoop, but like a one for tricks. And she was showing us all these tricks and like doing its music and all this cool stuff. And then at the end, she was like, "Do any kids want to come up and I'll teach you how to hula hoop?" My parents tell this story all the time because they just found it hilarious. So I'm not the type of person who's just going to get up on stage for no reason. So my parents pressured me into getting up on stage. I got up there and she was like teaching me how to hula hoop, not knowing that I'd been going to hula hooping lessons for like months before this holiday,
Really?
just by coincidence. So I got up there and she put the hula hoop around me and she was like, "This is how you do it, like teaching me how to hula hoop." And I was just doing it. And she was like, "I wonder if you can do it for 60 seconds. So I did, and I was perfectly fine.
Period.
And then she was like, "That's really cool, like I'm so proud of you." And then I start flicking it off my body, spinning it around my arms, putting it back on my legs, getting it back around my waist, doing all this stuff. And I must have been like 13 or 14 or something.
Oh, she's the main character for this.
Like, never in my life have I done something like that before, but I was just like, "Oh, you think I'm a kid and I don't know how to hula hoop?" This is literally all kids do.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it would be faking a talent if I got up and did the hula hooping thing, because I could probably do a little bit of it still. But I think the funniest thing I could fake was some kind of acrobat thing, like doing flips and dancing around and stuff, because I am the least musically gifted person in the world. I am the least flexible person in the world. So I feel like that would be the funniest thing for me to fake. Like, I can't even do a handstand, but I would try.
I don't think I can do that. You know.
No.
Yeah.
Right, there's your question.
So what's my question? Yes, let's see. Ooh, okay.
See what I mean?
Yeah, that's my question, you know. That question's written for me. You know. Which music video lives rent-free in your brain? I will say immediately Escapism by Ray. I know every exact like scenes. I know all the like places where she recorded them at. And yeah, it's just like, I don't know, it's fucking iconic, you know.
Yeah.
The way she explains all of her pains and like all of her experiences and you know, the bullshit stuff, fucked up things. Yeah, it's fucking iconic, and I love that for her.
Yeah. You see, you're way more into music, like current music as well than I am. That's why I knew that'd be perfect for you. But if I was going to answer that question, I'd probably say like a music video from like the year I was born or something, because I had a music taste from my parents, from what they listened to, and it's never really changed.
Yeah.
I still listen to songs that are from like 2005, or like boy bands that I liked when I was like a young teenager.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I was also thinking, like, saying Bad Romance by Lady Gaga or something, but
yeah.
that's all I thought about.
I wonder if anyone else knows this music video before you do your questions. Rock and Roll by Avril Lavigne.
Yeah.
Do you know that music video?
Yeah, I do.
That's a crazy music video.
That's also iconic.
Yeah.
Okay, that questions are interesting. Okay, I think. All right, I'll keep this one. So this is yours, and my question for me is, what's something petty you've done that you still stand by? I don't know. I think okay. So, what they say here, like people, when you get bothered by people's actions, and even though you tell them, they still keep doing it. And I love doing the same thing to them, so they will understand how I feel.
Yeah.
But I think that's also called being petty, because if they don't understand their behaviors, how like hurt you,
Yeah.
then you just don't care. You shouldn't care, but I just use the same gun. I was like, I don't care. If I deal with that, you also deal with that.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
Do you know the phrase "giving them a taste of their own medicine"?
yeah, that's a good slang. Yeah,
That's what I say when someone's been a certain way to you and you just match their energy.
exactly. And I'm more like a mirror,
Yeah.
I reflect every behaviors to people. If they're good to me, I'm an angel.
Yeah.
If they're not, fuck you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
My turn.
Yes. You will love it. Come on.
If you could swap lives with one fictional character, who? Oh, that's a difficult one. I'm not too good at any fictional characters. I mean, my favourite film in the world comes to mind, but it's just because it's my favourite film in the world and I would love to experience what she did. It's The Labyrinth with David Bowie in it.
Yeah.
To be that girl in that film and like run around the labyrinth and like meet all the creatures and dance around with David Bowie, that would be pretty fun. Can't really think of any more fictional characters. I mean, I think most of them have got a pretty cool life because it's fiction. I can't really think of any more. I think that's just my answer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Okay, I'll pick. Okay. I'm not sure about that one. This is going to have to be my question because I feel like it's just so easy to answer. That one's yours.
I love the way you torture me. No.
Yeah, well, that one's not that bad. I feel like it's a cute one to talk about, but this
Okay.
one is just easy.
Okay.
If you could instantly learn any skill, what would it be? I feel like well, if I had to pick one, it would probably be to be able to speak every language. Because I feel like that would be very helpful in my situation.
Yeah.
I would also, I mean, I'd love to know any language, but sign language I feel like would be really cool to learn. Apart from that, I'd want to learn how to sing, because I think people that can sing are just so cool.
I'm so jealous.
Yeah, like even just singing in the shower. If that actually sounded good when I did it, I would be so happy.
Yeah.
But I think knowing any language would be number one.
Some people think my voice is really attractive and like it's really unique. And I'm like, yeah, I also think the same way, but I will love singing, I would love to sing. So one day I hope I'll just be a singer or something.
Yeah.
Because I don't know.
I think there'll be something.
I hope so. Oh, what's a green flag that no one talks about? I think when you have that question, hey, you made it home, or like, are you safe? Did you arrive safely?
Yeah.
I think that'll be my like number one. Or when I just talk about random stuff that I I don't think people will care about it that much, you know.
Yeah.
And then when they remember it, like it's small details, you know, I'm like, oh, I remember this. That's so
Just
cool.
remembering what food you like, or
Yeah,
what you like to do on the weekends or whatever.
exactly. Or like, you know, you just love a one album cover that you don't have to remember, but people do. And I was like, oh my God, that's really cute.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that green flags.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just being thoughtful. That's what that
Exactly.
is.
Yeah. I want to feel cared.
Yeah. Like they're listening.
Yeah. All right, the next questions.
Don't laugh like that.
Ooh, that's really hard to pick. I'm thinking about my answers for both of them. So if I find one, I'll just give the other one to you.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I'll give this one to you. So my question is, have you ever pretended to like someone for clout?
Right.
Yeah. So I'm not gonna tell who she was, but there was one girl at work, and one of her family member used to work here, and just because everyone loved her family member, so she was also like famous, like
Yeah.
popular
Yeah.
at work, and her personality was like shit. Like she was like bitchy, you know. And I was like, oh God. And the way she talked to me was like, you know, passive aggressive, and I didn't like it at all.
Yeah.
And she always compared herself to me, which I don't like it, because you know everyone has their path individually.
Yeah.
So I'm not you, you're not me, so why would you even compare? And in 2022, I had also like social life, like I was just going to concerts, you know, like meeting up my friends, whatever. And I remember there was one story I shared, and it was a concert, and she responded to that story saying like, you always go outside and I don't, like that's not fair. And I was like, that's not my fucking
Just go
fault.
outside if you want to then.
Yeah, if you get jealous, babe, just go outside, do something for yourself, you know. That was really like red flag, you know. It was really toxic. So yeah, what I'm saying is I pretended to like her, but in fact I hated her. She was a bitch. Sorry.
Sometimes it's easier just to pretend to like people when you work with them.
Exactly. I couldn't care less. So yeah, your turn.
Okay. What's your Roman Empire? I was actually thinking about this the other day. What was I thinking about? I feel like I don't know if it really counts as a Roman Empire, but I guess the Mighty Boosh. I feel like I've maybe mentioned it to you before.
What is it? Say again.
The Mighty Boosh.
So can you explain it to us?
It's I guess it was on TV at one point, like a TV show. Very English. Comedy. Weird. But it was like my whole childhood watching this, and it wasn't for kids at all. But it's just so funny and so weird, and me and my family talk about it all the time, and we'll just randomly bring it up or send people videos of it, and like we'll quote things from it randomly. Like I think that's what Roman Empire means, kind of like every now and again you just think about it for no particular reason.
Yeah.
So that's probably that. I just think about scenes from that show, and it's just so funny.
Yeah, I remember you mentioning it, but I've never heard of it.
Yeah. It was a bit like niche, like I don't think a lot of people knew about it. It was quite popular when it was first on TV or wherever. They did like live shows and all of that, so yeah, but I think that's it. I love that show.
Nice.
Okay, I'll pick again. Oh, that's difficult. I guess I'll go with this one. You have that one.
Okay.
So mine says, if you could delete one app from the world, what would it be?
Nice question.
It wouldn't be TikTok, because I've really loved TikTok. Maybe Facebook. I'm not super into social media, as some people are, I don't think. I think I would just delete whichever one has the most hate, I feel like it goes between all of them. Like one year, all of it will be on Instagram. The next year, all of it will be on Twitter. I mean, I haven't been on Twitter since I was probably like 18 or something.
Really?
Yeah, I got logged out one time and just never went back to it.
Cool. I love Twitter.
Yeah, but I think that any social media can be so nasty sometimes, and especially for young people. Like, whichever one, if I could delete one, I would do a survey of who's been hurt the most on social media, and I would delete that one.
Fair enough.
I think they're all bad in their own way, and they're all good in their own way.
Yeah. It depends on the way you use it, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
So my question is, you wake up in 3025, what's the first thing you Google? What's the president? Who's the president? You know, I probably that's what I will ask. And I don't know, like if Miley released a new album or something.
I mean, she'd be like, I don't know how old she is now, but she'd be like,
She would have been dead by this time.
oh yeah, that's 100
Yeah.
years, isn't it? I'm thinking it's 10
No,
years.
1,000 years.
1,000. Oh yeah. No, she's probably not releasing any music unless they've like found a way to like extend your life.
Yeah. I don't know. So my questions. Okay. Let's see what this one has. Ooh, okay. I think that'll be my question. Okay. These two questions are more for me. It's really hard to pick. Oh,
Just pick whichever one you feel like answering.
okay. So I'm also not gonna look at it, so I'll just
Okay,
swap
good idea.
them, yeah, and pick one. Okay, so I don't know what question I got.
Okay, random one.
Random one. That's me cheating, but I don't care. Okay, yeah. So my question is, what will your dating profile say if it were honest? I think I'm a really loyal person. If I'm in love,
Yeah.
like if it's that serious, but I also don't want to take any risks, or like I don't want to waste my time on something that is temporarily. No, I don't want that. And I'm a really bad texter. You know, when people text me, sometimes it takes 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, even a month that I don't respond to them, but not on purpose. I just forget.
Yeah.
And I don't know, like I don't know if I have ADHD, but I just get distracted so easily,
Yeah.
and especially at work, you know, everything just goes really like in a tempo. Like there's
I mean, you've got a busy life.
yeah, you just have busy life, and it happens when you don't respond to someone for a day or something. It happens, and I just get so many notifications, so sometimes I don't read them all.
Yeah.
I just delete them all, so I don't see the messages. And honestly, even though I'm part of Gen Z, I think like social life, like what's it called, like digital life, isn't for me.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I'm more like, you know, I don't know, like go outside, have fun, have the experiences outside. That's my personality. So
Fair enough.
yeah,
My turn.
yay.
Which song feels like your therapist should hear it? I feel like I should just probably hand the therapist my phone and just play every playlist. It used to be, I'm not sure if it was this anymore, it was called Family Portrait by Pink,
Okay.
and it is so depressing. It's such a depressing song. And like I say, it used to be the song I would have picked. But it's just basically about like, I don't even know how to describe it. Just like family problems. Just like, why is this happening? Being a kid, not knowing what's going on, and like, is it my fault, and all of that.
Questioning everything.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
you're only a kid and you don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
I don't know what it would be now.
So in that case, do you blame yourself or you just question in general?
I think when I was in that situation when I was younger, I didn't know what to think. And I guess I did blame myself, but then I changed my mind because you're a kid and you don't really know. And I would ask myself if it was my fault or if it was my family's fault or if it was just how families were. Because you don't know anything else when you're younger, do you? You just think that's your family and that's what happens.
Yeah, no, you don't.
Yeah. Don't really. Probably something by Ashniko now. Just a song about shouting at men, saying, I don't need you, I can do better on my own, kind of thing.
Yeah, fuck man, you know.
Saying that, and I just got engaged. I'm gonna get married.
Best of both worlds.
Yeah.
You know, you hate them, but you love them at the same time.
Yeah.
Okay, I think that'll be all last questions.
Okay.
Because it's been almost like an hour.
Wow.
So we can also get to the conclusion.
Mm-hmm. So are you gonna do 2 more and then we'll stop?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or if you want to have one more turn, we can do it.
I don't mind. Or is it your turn or my turn?
Yeah, let's just do like me and then you, and then we can just finish it.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay. That's a good question. What about this one? Okay. I think that question's for you.
Okay.
Yeah. So, my question is, what's your main character soundtrack? I will say The Climb by Miley Cyrus. So, because it's all about you can't give up, you know, like you have to fight for yourself. It's all about self-esteem. It's really powerful, you know.
Yeah.
So when I feel like I should give up and I got knackered, you know, I'm like, no, you can't give up. You have to fight for it.
Gotta keep climbing.
Exactly. And I think that's my motivation, you know. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Good answer.
Yes.
Describe your social battery level as a TikTok trend.
Because you're on TikTok more than I am.
Yeah.
So that's why.
I don't know. It's funny because I'm thinking of all the worst TikTok trends now. Do you go on TikTok?
I do, but not that much because my friend sends me so many TikToks and I don't respond any of them. Like hundreds of TikToks. And he was like, "Where the fuck are you?" And I was like, "Well, I don't go on TikTok.
Yeah,
I haven't turned off the notifications, so."
Yeah, I would say, and again, they're the silliest little like backdoor TikTok trends you've ever seen. Not the popular ones, and it's not too serious. What I'm going to say. There's a trend going around, and it's on maybe the darker side of TikTok, and it's people showing their dirty bedrooms.
Okay.
And I mean like really dirty. And then there's videos of people reacting to them videos, being like, I thought my room was bad, but these are people with like pee balls in their room and like moldy food and like proper dirty stuff.
Yeah. Ew.
And I'm not saying that I'm like that, but I feel like sometimes my brain can just be like, let everything just sit. I don't even want to touch anything anymore. And then I don't think it's really a TikTok trend, but there's videos where it'll be like a clip from a show, like Friends or something, and then it'll be like a game underneath, or someone like cleaning a rug, or something like that, or like chopping up fruit or something weird like that. And it's one of them TikToks where you just stare at it and you don't even really realise you're watching it, and you're watching like an episode of Friends like from the first ever episode or something that you've seen 1,000 times.
Yeah.
Because my brain can just sometimes go on standby mode. I think that's probably why I like TikTok, because sometimes I don't even know what I've watched and I'm just going through the videos.
Yeah.
So probably that.
It's like an addiction, you know.
It is an addiction, definitely.
Yeah.
Well, my turn.
Yeah. And that'll be the last one.
Okay.
So.
Make it good ones then.
Yeah.
That's a good one. Okay. This one's mine. This one's yours. For sure.
Well, I'm so curious. Like, I'm dying of my curiosity.
Well, I don't think I would have any answer for that one, so you've just got to have that one.
God.
And this one is so, like, you're going to know exactly who I'm going to say. Who gives the best I don't know her energy?
Do I know them?
You.
It's me.
Out of everyone I know, I feel like you can be the most, like, who's that?
Yeah, I don't know her.
Like, you, in the nicest way, you've got no time for people that you don't want to talk to.
Oh, well, yeah.
Yeah, like, you've got so much, I guess, respect for yourself that you're like, if you're not a nice person, I'm going to give you zero interaction. Like, I'm going to do the bare minimum.
I don't know if it's a bad thing or a good thing.
I think it's a good thing. You're keeping your own peace.
Yeah, it's all about my boundaries, you know. Like,
Some people change so much for people that don't deserve that.
exactly. And I think the major reason why I'm like, I don't know her, it's just because I can't remember names.
Yeah.
When you say your name in 2 days, I'm like, sorry, what's your name again? So, you know, I'm that worse, you know. Or even like 10 minutes. I'm not lying when I say I have Alzheimer. Ooh, what's the most dramatic way to quit a group chat? I think not because I've done it in the past, don't get me wrong. But I think you can just say, fuck you guys, like, you're cunts, and then you just leave it.
Yeah.
Or if you are the admin, you can just, you know, kick everyone off.
Yeah.
You can just leave
destroy
it.
the group chat instead of leaving it.
Yeah. If you guys don't deserve me, I'm gonna ruin the whole group chat.
Yeah. I don't know her energy again.
Exactly. So, I think, what do you think about the questions?
I liked it. It was fun.
Yeah,
They're good questions too.
exactly. They're really good questions, you know. Made me think, actually.
It's stuff that we would never think to talk about without the questions, I think, so.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like Lady Gaga, you know, being babysitting. I wouldn't think about it.
Yeah. It's nice to have someone else write the questions, because I think if we'd have, like, wrote half of them each or something,
Yeah.
they would have been too like us. Like, we would know what questions to ask each other, so
Yeah.
that's nice too.
It's really fun. And if we get to the conclusion, because it's more than an hour, so I'm gonna ask about your opinion on the first episode and this episode.
Yeah, I think we're getting a lot more to know what to do. Like, I feel like the first episode we just kind of let whatever we felt like talking about happen.
Yep.
It's nice to have something to actually do to make us talk, because I feel like we're the type of people who could just sit and talk about the same thing every episode. And games are fun anyway. I was thinking maybe we could try and look for, like, actual board games.
Yeah.
Like, because podcasts I've watched before, they play games like, you know, like Would You Rather and stuff. But, like, new ones that have been made like that, like proper ones you can buy. So maybe we could try that.
Yeah.
But this is really fun.
Yeah. When I think about the first episode, it was more like, okay, we need to take this out of our system. We just talk about any random stuff,
Yeah.
you know.
Well, before we hit record on that first episode, we were just talking and talking and talking anyway. I feel like a part of us was like, just hit record already. Because we're going to run out of things to talk about.
Yeah, somebody has to do it, because, you know, we were just talking. I was like, okay, wow, that should have been a podcast subject, you know.
Yeah. Muted until now.
Exactly, muted
We
until
had to
now.
hit record eventually.
Exactly, like, stay tuned. And if you guys have any, like, weird stories or, like, anything that you want us to talk about, you can just send an email to us. So it's hello@muteduntilnow.com. We would love to hear the stories,
Yeah.
like weird, anything.
Yeah. Maybe we could do a bit at the end of every episode, like the outro, and like answer a few questions. Because I don't know if we'll get like loads of questions right now.
Yeah,
But even if you get a few at the end, like now-ish, we could answer them questions
exactly.
or suggestions.
Yeah, we would love to do that.
Mm.
And follow us on Instagram, YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts. Where else? I think that'll be enough.
Yeah, that's a lot.
That's a lot, yeah. So yeah, please support us. Oh, and we also have a link. So if people want to support us, like financially,
Yeah.
they can just go on our website, you know, muteduntilnow.com, and there's a link where it takes you to a donation website.
Mm-hmm.
You can just donate any money, any amount. It doesn't matter. We would love that.
Yeah.
Anything you want to say?
No, it's been fun.
Yeah,
Until next week.
exactly. And I hope we will have a special guest.
Yeah, that'll be exciting. One of our friends is coming over.
Exactly. I'm so excited. So, I also talked to her and she was like, "Oh, I would love to join. Please,
Yeah.
please let me
I'm
in."
sure it'll be great.
Oh, that will be so hilarious.
Yeah. Maybe we should do another game next week then.
We will.
Yeah, we'll probably spend the first half just chatting with her anyway because you haven't seen her in a while. But...
Yeah. Oh, I'm so looking forward. So, until the next time.
Yeah. Bye-bye.
See you guys.
Bye.